Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's meeting with the Rotary E-Club of Silicon Valley. My name is Tzviat Kushirov, and I'm the president of this Rotary Club. And today, we're doing a very special recording because the speaker that is joining us today is District Governor Ramesh. So he's going to be talking to us a little bit about the district and some general challenges about our club. He's actually been following our club since its foundation. So just before we started the recording, he was sharing some stories from when our club was first getting created and his impressions from then. So hopefully he can share a little bit about how he feels we have developed over the years. But thank you everyone for joining us, and I'll pass it over to DG Ramesh.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. This is my visit to your club, and many visits to my other district clubs have taken a little different format this year. I have not been speaking to them for full 20 minutes and taking the whole program and given them the opportunity to sleep. But here, guys, you can pause and stuff that kind. Slightly different format here. I'm loving this, number one. I wanted to tell you a short story about this district governor visits. So those were the days when, the GPS was not available, some years ago. So the way you go to any place, you would stop at a nearby gas station someplace and fill gas or ask the gas station attendant, where is this 400 South Avenue? And the guy would say, the attendant would typically say, oh, that is, in this particular case, the district governor was trying to go to that Rotary meeting. And he asked the gas station attendant, where do I go to 400 South Avenue? So the guy said, oh, that's easy. You could take a right turn right after this place. And the second left turn, there's a red building out there. That's the building you're going to go to. So thank you very much. And he said, station attendant asked him, but why do you want to go there today? So the guy said, I actually want to attend the Rotary meeting over there. So he says, why do you want to go to that Rotary meeting today? Because I believe the district governor is visiting them and not many people are going to show up. So much respect for the district governor. The typical strain of the district governor as conveyed through the district meetings, the governor's address, we are always looking for ways to communicate two things. The major indices of success of any district are two, membership and contributions to the foundation, to the Rotary Foundation. So those are two things that we keep talking about, and Rotary branding in more recent terms and times and so forth. So that's the basic thing. But then again, we take a backseat. We have done that a lot. We keep talking about membership, known to you. Keep talking about the glories of the foundation, the glories of what we do in the world. We talk about it all the time. We talk about it ourselves, we talk about other people and so forth. But the basic role of district remains to support and strengthen clubs and form new clubs. So that's the other responsibility of the district. So three things: strengthen clubs, support clubs, and form new clubs. So that we'll revisit that in a little bit. We're trying to do everything. We have the district committees and so forth. We have 59 clubs in the district right now. So I'll take the opportunity to give you a little update on that front. The new thing that's happened this year is Rotary International's adoption of the new strategic vision statement beginning July 1st. We adopted this statement. What is that? Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. It's very deeply thought out, very well thought out. It took a few years for us to develop this strategic vision statement. Important thing is that it started across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. So this is the new strategic vision. And the new theme for this year as you know, every year the theme changes for the world's vision for Rotary. So this one for this year is Rotary Connects the World. You would see the banners hung in every Rotary club all over the world. So this is the new theme, and this is the new strategic vision that we adopted. Built into this is the underlying concept. There are four things that we're trying to address. How do you increase our impact? So we are about this close to ending polio. We've heard that many, many times in Rotary forums. How do we get this word out to the people? How do we address this to the communities we work in and say, Rotary has been the organization which spearheaded this effort. And the mission is not yet complete, but we are still striving hard to complete it. How do you get this word out? How do we get that? In other words, how do we grow our impact? The second part is how do we grow our outreach? Who are we? Who is our extended family? If we treat ourselves as customers for our own organization, who else is part of our ecosystem? Examples are our family, our friends, our colleagues, friends of friends, colleagues of colleagues, and so forth, and see how we can expand that outreach. How are we creating new channels? So the new word is new channels. How do we create new channels from Rotary inward and outward to other organizations or other entities to expand our outreach and expand our impact? So those two things, expanding outreach, expanding impact. How do we, the next one is, how are we relevant to our own membership? Are we meeting the needs of our members in terms of what they were looking forward to from our organization? Like Richard King, past RI president, used to say, it's very important to keep people in Rotary, but the only way you can do is to keep Rotary in the people's hearts. How do you create that sense of Rotary in the people's hearts? Are we meeting requirements? Are we meeting the expectations of the people who we are serving? Is a question that we need to ask ourselves, reflect on that. One question came up the other day. How do we serve homeless people? What is it they need? So there were many answers given there. One was saying, hey, I'll give them clothing. Another said, I'm going to give them food packets. Every Saturday, I'll give them food packets. Or toiletries, I'll give them a facility. I'll give them ways to improve their resume and get a job somewhere or the other and so forth. What was it that they really required? A home. The key thing was they were missing their home. If we can provide a roof on their heads and a bed to sleep, that's what they're looking for. So we need to understand exactly what our expectations from our members are and how we're addressing that. If you're addressing well, can you do better? If you're not, can you do something to address that? That's the third aspect of the vision. The fourth aspect of this vision is to create innovative models in forming the new clubs, in managing ourselves. What are the kind of innovative models that we can come up with? And as part of governance, it's part of naming conventions of Rotary clubs that are newly formed in terms of how we are governing ourselves, how we are getting the message across at all levels of organization, what innovation is possible. And again, I'll come back to that. But basically, again, want to congratulate the E-Club. Everything I see about the E-Club on the E-Club website is reflecting innovation. You're meeting electronically, but at the same time, you have your coffee sessions, people, engaging people about their projects, their dreams, and in every way, educating them like a regular Rotary program. So that's an example of innovation, and we can take those to the next notch, the next higher levels. So this is the broad picture of the vision from Rotary International. What are we doing in our district? We took that one word, new channels, pretty seriously. One way to invite a member to join a new club, or a club, not a new club, a club, is to invite the person to come to attend a meeting and show them what we do in terms of friendship, our leadership, our service, our diversity. We let them experience it first. And then they express interest. I like this club. And then, oh, here is an application form. And in your case, it is an application form which is available online. And let them know what their expectations are, the due structures, and so forth. And the traditional clubs also have that. They also set their expectations in terms of what they would expect the new member to give to the foundation and what amount of volunteer hours they need to put. There's a whole program called the Red Badge Program, and converting that to Blue Badge Program, Blue Badge member, and so forth. So all of those things are available. And then they fill the form and then the member is formed. So in this particular model, what we're doing is adding members incrementally into our organization, into the club. So there's a linear growth over there. But what if you were to address some questions like, oh, I don't have the time to attend your meeting. Oh, I don't have the resources to come to a meeting, and so forth. I'm already meeting someplace, or I'm working in Intel, and I meet at lunchtime. But when I go to attend a lunchtime meeting, I don't get the time to do that. One way to address that is the e-club or the passport club. What if we were to create an environment within Intel itself? What if we were to form a Rotary Club at Intel? We're talking to them. We're talking to Broadcom. We're talking to Global Foundries. At the convenience and the flexibility of at the work location, Rotary Club is available for these people. What does it do for them? It broadens their connections. It broadens the opportunities of serving beyond their immediate professional targets or their deadlines. The group dynamics improve. A lot of times companies are acquiring other smaller companies, and then there's this integration of the new teams into the existing teams and so forth. So team building, leadership skills, fundraising, community activities, part of being global citizen, all at the convenience of the work location. How about that? So that's something we are attempting. The other thing is an organization where people are already meeting. They meet every month for meeting their own specific goals at this point of time and satisfying their visions. I'll give the example. There's this organization called Silicon Andhra. This organization has got 5,000, 6,000 families involved, and they typically hail from one state in India called Andhra Pradesh, with the Telugu speaking. And so these people have Telugu speaking programs for the kids and so forth. Many of their children have been born and brought up here. Many of them have moved. They're almost all of them IT professionals and high-tech professionals. So they are here, and the children have grown up here, and they are integrating into this society here. But they have the love in their hearts to the homeland they came from. So there's some communities there. They've heard about Rotary. They have seen Rotarians in their own families. Sometimes their grandfather has been a district governor, or a father is a president of a Rotary Club over there. Many of them say, "Oh, I didn't even know Rotary is around here." So we said, yeah, Rotary is very much here, and we can collaborate. If we have a shared value system where they can collaborate and expand their outreach to the world, we can expose them to opportunity of how we are trying to eliminate cervical cancer in Guatemala, how we are taking wheelchairs to Mexico. The examples are boundless. So they said, yes, I think we like this. We have values, you have values, we are successful, you are successful, let's collaborate. So we formed a Rotary Club, and that's called the Rotary Club of Silicon Andhra. Guess what? We had 203 members at charter time. Started this club. And that is a world record. Never in the history of the 114 years of Rotary has there ever been a Rotary Club formed with that number. And the members are engaged. The members are looking for project opportunities, and they're trying to collaborate with other clubs in this area here. All of a sudden, you have a youth services chair who's looking for having these people's children participate in youth activities. They themselves want to participate in youth activities, international services, community services, club services, vocational services, all of our avenues of services, avenues of service that we have in Rotary, they're aligned to that. They have a whole leadership forming to address this and give that experience to people. So that's an example of new channels we're talking about. So just wanted to share those kinds of things. As far as the strategic goals of the district are concerned, you asked me the question a little earlier, Jotko, to grow our district, to be relevant to our district clubs, and we want to have you to access all the training programs. We have the president-elect training program for the president-elect. I want to congratulate Raquel for stepping up to a president-elect. Thank you very much, Raquel. And this takes place every year. We have the District Leadership Academy course, which is online. I don't know how many of you are signed up into that. And that gives you training in all aspects, membership, fundraising, youth, international, the whole aspect of it is online. And that's one thing. And then we have district training. We have district conference, which is coming on May 16th. Other thing I want to share with you, in this year's formats, we have a little change. Every month, we are addressing one particular aspect of what we do in Rotary. So the month of July was devoted to club service. The month of August was membership. The month of September was about youth, new generations. The month of October was about the activities for vocational service. So what we had was a business expo, where for the first time again we did this vocational service translated into a business expo. Typically, you go to business, to Rotary meetings, they don't expect to sell anything, right? You're not supposed to aggressively give your business cards out and say, hey, I'm a financial services consultant, or I'm a real estate agent, I want to do business. But we wanted to create a platform by doing a business expo where you can do that. And what does it do if you're doing business with a Rotarian? The trust, the integrity, the sense of service, the sense of loyalty, all of that is built in. And it's so easy and so comfortable to do business with other people. Somebody wants to buy a car, but the person lives in Gilroy, but this car dealership is in Newark. And that the person is a Rotarian. Say, how easy is it to buy a car from somebody who is in the district? So that's an example. So Business Expo was October. November was devoted to the Rotary Foundation. We had presentations on how to make global grants, how to make district grants, how do we increase our international impact. December, we are celebrating family. Rotary at Family is the thing. And this is going to be a lot of fun. It's on December 14th. And some of you are in town, please do come. This is to celebrate family in Rotary. And as you say, Mark Maloney, who was our Rotary International President, has emphasized that family need not conflict with what you're doing in Rotary. It rather can be part of this whole activity, bring in the family and then let them enjoy Rotary in ways that it will improve family relationship as a Rotary relationship. It's a win-win situation we're to create. January, we have a mid-year meeting to review. February, we are celebrating international. What we want to do is to showcase the international projects that we do, bring in people from the international community, Mexican consulate, Indian consulate people, and the community people from the other countries that we're already serving, to showcase to them and show them what we are doing for them. And March, we're doing community service. And that is part of, again, a way of showcasing to the local community, government officials and so forth, what we are doing for the community and what we can do better to that. And of course, in May, we have the district conference at the Casa Real winery. Again, a lot of fun. There'll be bocce ball, there'll be fun in terms of biking, wine trails, and wine tasting, and so forth. It's a one-day thing on May 16th. And of course, as you all know, we are coming up with our Rotary International Convention is in Hawaii. I hope some of you are coming to that convention as well. Joatko was there in Hamburg earlier this year, and I hope you enjoyed that. So this is a glimpse of what we're doing in the district, what our visions are, how much fun we are having, and to say we have this bragging right about 3 things that you're doing very well. Our membership growth. By the way, we also formed a new club to address the specific requirements or inclusivity to the LGBTQ community. This is called the Rotary Club of Silicon Valley Rainbow, which got formed. The club is growing. I visited them last week, and they feel so inclusive. This is a beautiful inclusion into our family. So 2 clubs have been chartered. Many clubs are going to be chartered. Our membership growth is well over 300 people. We have crossed the 4,000 mark recently. Our foundation giving is the top in the world. I'm sorry, I take that back. Top in the country. We are like 7th or 8th in the world, but still no mean achievement, right? But what I had to say at the top of the world was the Interact program that we have is the largest in the entire world. Over 7,000 kids participate in an Interact program. So we have many, many things to feel good about in what's happening in the district. We have very many things to improve on. We have many miles to go before I sleep, somebody said. And we are continuously striving for perfection. You know, like Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate, said, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where knowledge is free, where the head is held high, where the world is without fear, where the mind is without fear. Into that heaven of freedom, let's awake. So with those words, I would like to close my formal presentation, and I'll open it up for questions.
Thank you so much, DG Ramesh. This is very cool. I enjoyed the overview of the goals that you provided for district, and then also it was good to hear about all the activities. We do have a section on the program page of our website where we list some of the activities on the district level that are happening in the communities there in the Silicon Valley, but also we have members that are based obviously around the world. So unfortunately, many of us don't get a chance to participate in those in-person activities. So we'll have some time for questions. And before we do that, let me just switch this to gallery view so we can see everybody else that we have on the call. So we have Raquel joining us. And Raquel, where are you now?
I'm in Costa Rica.
You're in Costa Rica. Okay, cool. And we have Sandy. Sandy is in the Silicon Valley, correct, Sandy?
Yes, I'm in Fremont.
All right.
So very close to where Ramesh is from.
Cool, awesome. And we also have Shags, also in
Walnut Creek.
Yeah, in Walnut Creek.
So next door.
Right next door, yes. So with that, let me open it up for questions. Do any of you have a question for District Governor Ramesh?
Not so much
I don't have a question, but I have a comment, and I just want to say thank you because I feel like he's really kind of given everybody, more excitement about Rotary through his passion and his vision on how we can grow and, make Rotary more personal for, the Rotarian, but also for our family and our community. So I'm really excited to be a Rotarian right now. So thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, I echo that. And it would be nice if 2 things could happen. One, if all of our club members could get access to the district database, because we don't have that. And secondly, is if we could all get on the district newsletter email list. That would be great. Because I have no idea what's going on in the district unless I go to the district website or look at our calendar. But as far as getting newsletters, when I was in 5160, every club member got it. And when I was in other in Ohio, we would copy it. It was printed then. We would copy it and give it out at the meetings. So it'd be nice to have that coming to us as well. That's it.
Thank you. I'll try to address both of these things. I will make sure that you will get your newsletter. The way the newsletter is currently circulated is through the club runner. So our district administrator, Olivia, sends it out to whoever is in the club runner, and the database is synchronized.
Yes,
I'm not
we're
sure.
not in Club Runner, and I don't know
You're
why.
not, so that there are 3 or 4 clubs that are not in the club runner. So I'll ensure. So what happens is all the district communications regarding the new events that are coming up, announcements of new clubs that are forming, and new opportunities and so forth go through the club runner. And therefore, and make sure. And so what happens is like the clubs where they don't have the club runner, the district, their administrator, the secretary gets it, or the president gets it, who in turn passes it on to everyone. I'll make sure that I mention this to Olivia to improve that situation. Make sure that you people get a copy of the newsletter. And the newsletter should be also available on the district websites. But again, navigation could be an issue, but we're trying to constantly improve that. There is a corner where the newsletters are sitting there every month's newsletters. And so you can take a look at that. The other question that you asked is access. So if you have any news to share or any programs that you want to announce, please send it to me or Olivia. We make sure that's included in the monthly newsletter.
Well, it's not so much that, but I have some friends that want to reach out and be speakers to some clubs down there. So when you go to the district database, you're able to see a list of where the clubs meet and who the secretary is and who the president is. And I can then glean a list for distribution.
Absolutely. I think we have the district directory. This is the district directory. It is also
again, if that was available online, that would be perfect.
It is available online, so I'll be happy to pass on that link to you.
But we need to get, from when I've tried to get onto some district stuff, I need to enter in my Rotary number and my password, and we're not set up in the district database. I do not have access to the district database.
That's because the district goes under the club runner, as I mentioned to you.
So
but
again,
as for the directory is concerned, it's available online, Shags. We will continue. We'll take this offline. I think it's an important.
Okay.
I will be happy to address deeper details about how we can improve the communication between the district.
Thanks.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Shags. We'll make sure that we work on improving that. Any other questions from anyone else on the call?
I just have a little bit of a comment/question. So last year I had the opportunity to participate in the Leadership Academy, and something that I noticed is that all the questions of the different models were addressed to traditional clubs. And the same thing happens in training, seminar, workshops, and even in the pets. So my question would be, our district has stopped of any strategy to take into account the dynamics and challenge of a knee club, or yeah, basically that.
It's a good question, and I will have someone from the membership group address this straight on, because I think it's time that we address this. I think the Passport Club that I was deeply involved in chartering as charter president of the club, we do have some challenges even there in terms of member engagement and so forth, although we do meet every month once. The newly formed club, the Silicon and the club, also the same format. Most of the new clubs that are forming right now meet twice a month, once in person and once online, or service opportunity. The Passport model has caught on. But we do have challenges in terms of how do we engage, how do we improve member retention and engagement and member attraction into Rotary, especially the e-club and so forth. I'd be happy to have further dialogue on this and welcome any ideas and comments. And I'll also try to reach out to the membership department or any other resources that you have in Rotary International to specifically see how this particular type of clubs get addressed on strategic planning and strategic execution. Good question, Raquel. I appreciate that. We will definitely work on that. Happy to do that.
Thank you, Ramesh, for working on that as well. So I think we're gonna wrap things up over here. We're almost running out of time. For all of the members and guests that have joined us today, please remember to fill out the attendance survey down below and tell us that you're here. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below and ask District Governor Ramesh a question. Ramesh, I will send you a note when this program is featured for an entire week on our website. So if you have a few spare minutes, maybe you can come to the website and respond to some of the comments. I think this would be great.
Absolutely.
So again, for our members and guests, thank you for joining us. And I will pass it back to Ramesh for a final word.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to talk to all of you people. I just want to close it by saying, to reiterate the vision statement that we have adopted. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Thank you very much.